After 2.5 years of really exploring all the different aspects that I now would call transition really offers, and looking at water, looking at energy, looking at food, looking at transport, looking at all the elements that we are interacting with using as humans, and how we can transition all of those each individual categories to a, first of all, more sustainable, but eventually in a restorative way. Food connects everybody because we all have to eat. We don't all need an iPhone. We don't all need, the applications that we walk with, but we do all need to eat. And so we may as well just become really clear on what it is that we eat, where it came from, and if we get that far, who grew it and how it was grown. It's time to really get real about the issues surrounding food. It's time to really get active and to really make conscious choices.
L'agriculture. L'agriculture est un processus par lequel les hommes aménagent leurs écosystèmes pour satisfaire leurs besoins alimentaires en premier lieu. Mais de quelle agriculture parlons-nous ?
And there I met a lot of interesting people, and I also met people who introduced me to Oroville and people who introduced me to Masanobu Fukuoka. He was basically a scientist as his career, a microbiologist, and then he had this insight that nature is perfect and nothing that we do as humans can improve upon nature. I met him some 10 years ago, and he drew a spiral. He said this is man's activity, in general, but in farming it's like combines, tractors, do this, spray this, do that. It's always going like more and more out. And he says stop plowing, stop using machinery, stop using chemicals, stop doing this, stop doing that. Come to a point of non-action, of no direction. So his farming is called do nothing farming. It's very, very grandiose as an idea. It's very, very like, wow,
L'agriculture, telle qu'elle se fait majoritairement aujourd'hui, tend à artificialiser, voire à s'affranchir des processus biologiques. Cela a permis d'assurer la production de denrées alimentaires en quantité, mais pas de façon durable. Il existe toutefois d'autres manières de faire, alliant production et respect de son environnement.
So something that I observed in China was that they would plant walnut trees, some other trees too, but particularly walnut trees. They'd plant a lot of them quite close together, like much closer than you would really want them if they were to all mature. And when they were young, the trees were basically just these like sticks, and so they'd grow annual vegetables around those trees. all sorts of things like corn and tomatoes and chili peppers and all these regular vegetables. As the walnut trees start to get bigger, they then select which ones they're going to keep from that dense planting, and they'll start to cull some out. And so they've selected what are going to be their trees that are going to mature, and when they cut those ones, that again opens up more space so they can continue vegetable gardening around. But as those trees that they've left mature and their canopies start to spread and produce more shade, they switch to growing medicinal herbs, shade-tolerant fruits and mushrooms underneath the trees.
Dans cet exemple, l'agriculteur cherche à associer harmonieusement plantes et animaux pour créer un agro-écosystème productif et diversifié. Cela tient à deux règles de base, l'utilisation de l'espace et du temps. L'espace, en assemblant les cultures pour utiliser les différents niveaux de végétation, en associant des arbres avec des cultures moins hautes, couvrantes, grimpantes, etc. Le temps, en faisant succéder ou chevaucher les productions pour couvrir en permanence le sol.
Yeah, it's over, man.
Horsetail. This is the leaf. This is what it will turn into.
Mm-hmm.
Here. And so we eat these. Basically the way that we work is like to find to work to amplify what's already happening in a given part of the site. So we take an area which is already producing a certain type of thing, or which has already got a certain kind of character or lends itself to a certain way of being, and then we work with that. So we just don't change it.
We have tied them
Okay.
in the rope so that they will not enter.
L'association des productions, animales et végétales, répond à deux objectifs. Le premier est de valoriser au maximum les ressources locales, qui sont principalement la lumière, les nutriments et l'eau, chaque culture ayant des besoins complémentaires. Le second est de maintenir, voire d'améliorer les capacités productives du milieu. L'agriculteur a d'ailleurs une palette d'outils à sa disposition. Par exemple, il peut associer des plantes cultivées avec des plantes sauvages, des plantes pérennes avec des annuelles, des plantes productives avec des plantes de service. Les plantes de service, bien que non productives, hébergent des auxiliaires, enrichissent le sol en minéraux, etc.
Like this. And again it will grow. It will grow.
Quant aux animaux, qu'ils soient domestiqués ou sauvages, ils sont indispensables au bon fonctionnement de l'agroécosystème. Ils nettoient un espace, régulent les populations et fertilisent par la même occasion. Certains d'entre eux produisent par ailleurs du lait, de la viande, des œufs, de la laine, etc.
Yes, because we are creating the diversity, so that's why I do not use any biopesticide. No spray at all. No spray. Because it controls in the nature's food chain. And even I told you about that coconuts also. Coconuts. When it was watered in irrigation, they were providing irrigation and pesticide. They were putting from the top pesticide, even the root poison also. They had poisoned also root. Still the pest problem was there. But when we stopped everything and we did the mulching and we brought the natural condition, means everything grew there. It became like jungle, wild. Then it developed its system, and now there is no pest at all. So it was amazing that by nature there is no pest problem. That means pest has some rule, some imbalance is there. So they are invited by the tree, by the plant, and they are coming. Plants are inviting them. It was in that sense we can understand.
So we introduced
You can bring the babies through, yes. Ngamo kang kalki. Nyakal jananin koji ngor ko. Kari bulan dana. Bobo walo girin kan. Ngamo kurung. Karpe bulan di. Nyalakan.
L'agriculteur cherche un équilibre dynamique qui permettra à chaque être vivant de trouver une place où il pourra s'épanouir tout en entretenant la capacité productive du terrain. La notion de mauvaises herbes ou de ravageurs disparaît. Tout être vivant possède une fonction à valoriser. Finalement, la production alimentaire est la résultante d'un agroécosystème complexe, sain et équilibré. L'agriculteur invite la nature à se développer, à s'épanouir, à travailler si on peut dire. En tant qu'homme, il se définit comme faisant partie de l'agroécosystème en accompagnant les processus évolutifs du milieu par un minimum d'intervention.
生茶も入れちゃうけど今取ってきたからね。
そらそのままは
これで。そうそうそう。とろ火で5分ぐらいね。ちょっとコトコトコトコト強火じゃないよ。これ違ったかな。とにかく
ガタンとこうやすぐ。
I have to oil it. Hein?
Ces manières de produire reflètent un état d'esprit basé sur l'accompagnement, l'éducation, le partage, l'entraide, la coopération, qui s'applique à l'agriculture mais pas uniquement. Elle englobe un rapport avec soi-même, avec notre environnement matériel et vivant, avec les autres.
Et je crois que mon rêve, c'est pas personnel, tu vois, c'est un rêve collectif, là, de vivre ensemble, de vivre simple, de vivre bien, de manger bien, de faire la musique, de soit heureux, de travailler avec la nature, de travailler avec des enfants, de faire l'éducation. C'est des trucs essentiels pour les êtres humains.
La ferme, par la diversification de ses activités, véhicule un message, un état d'esprit, des actions et participe ainsi à reconstruire un lien fort entre la population et son espace de vie. Comme pour la conception de leur appareil productif, les agriculteurs sont capables d'une grande imagination pour reconnecter leurs concitoyens à leurs terres.
The soup.
Au-delà des AMAP, des paniers de producteurs et des restaurants de produits locaux, il est possible de soutenir ces modes de production en s'impliquant directement à la ferme. Au Japon, des agriculteurs proposent des sessions au cours desquelles les participants apprennent la production d'un aliment, du champ à l'assiette. Par exemple, du semis du soja au tofu, du semis du riz au saké.
I am about real change, and I've come here not to just dream things up. I've come here to actually activate and initiate them and bring them into being, and I can't do that by myself. But that's my passion and inspiration, to actually go into it. But the only way that I can go into it is because other people are supporting the collective network in their bit, in what they are doing. And we are inspiring each other by being part of this, that it's a meaningful thing, it's a simple thing, and yet it's such an important thing.
So should we tie this up now? Or?
Yeah, tighten them up.
And if I meet all of these amazing people from our region, here at this permaculture design course, and I see what their passions and skills and inspirations are about, and that's what they're asked to do, and that's exactly what they do. And they bring that together with them and them and them. We've got this intricate fabric of passionate, inspired individuals carrying bundles of knowledge and wisdom of the natural world around them, which inspires and touches and moves other people to take on little seeds of these little bundles that they're handing out.
La transition vers un modèle sociétal plus durable et épanouissant prend du temps. Se fait par étapes et nécessite de faire évoluer progressivement nos perspectives. Sustainability Alliance est un exemple concret d'une plateforme favorisant le transfert de connaissances, de compétences et d'expériences. Il comporte des agriculteurs biologiques, en biodynamie et en permaculture, des acteurs d'agriculture urbaine, de production d'énergie et d'économie alternative. Il agit tel un catalyseur de changement sur le territoire sur lequel il est basé, côtoyant les citoyens mais aussi les acteurs institutionnels locaux.
And I'm not saying like, oh God, people, I'm working so much, and oh, you don't hear me say any of that. You know why? Because I'm not working, I'm thriving. And a lot of people think, well, that's just so bizarre. You can't be doing so much hours. You don't have time for yourself. And I am dancing and enjoying what it is that we're doing every day of the week that I'm involved in.
Yeah. Maybe we need to just put them in the boxes, unless you think they sell.
No, they don't. Are they bundled?
So you can be in a productive process and have nature with you as well. And you go to permaculture places that are becoming more and more established, and you will see more nature there. You'll see birds that you've never seen before. You'll hear birds that you haven't heard before. And they just love coming into these spaces. So we don't have to go somewhere else to appreciate nature. We live in nature because we're creating spaces for nature to be, and with that process we actually can produce food. And so what could be better than that?